Good morning, everyone. We are living in unprecedented times. It's a very, very interesting time to be alive. It's really great. So today is going to be another version of the Menopause Movement podcast. I want to talk a little bit about a different kind of fear. I'm your host, Dr. Michelle Gordon. You guys know me. Thanks so much for watching. Today, we're going to talk about a different kind of fear and how this coronavirus and COVID-19 has infected our lives. During this podcast today, I delve into my love of travel and practical tips on fear and surviving this epidemic. Now, stay to the end so that you can find out the ways to deal with corona and social distancing in this digital age. And I saw on Facebook just yesterday that the next holiday, because, we're all going to be home for our next couple of holidays, Easter and the one after that is Cinco de Mayo, and it's sponsored by Corona. Woohoo! It's so funny. So at the end of the episode, make sure you visit drmichellegordon.com/podcasts, where you can find the show notes, plus the links to the books and resources mentioned in the episode. And if you enjoy this episode, make sure you subscribe to the podcast anywhere you get your podcasts, so you are always the first to know when each episode is released. You can subscribe on Apple Podcast or Stitcher or wherever you get your podcasts. Spotify is another one. And thank you for all the 5-star reviews. If you haven't left a review yet, please take the time to review the podcast. This helps more women find it and get the help they need during the disruption of menopause. No one should have to go it alone. First announcement today is that the event we have been all looking forward to, and the team has been working so hard on, scheduled for the 25th of April in Manchester, UK, has been canceled. Well, thank you, Corona. The current state of the world has necessitated this, and we're sad, but the health of the menopause movement community is our number one priority. And given the travel bans, social distancing, and quarantines, it's just necessary. So we're going to be rescheduling the Menopause Movement Live. So those of you that have tickets, you will still be able to join in next year after the world calms down. We'll be reaching out to all of you individually to offer either a refund or a seat at the rescheduled event next spring. So all of you who bought, pay attention to your email. Also, the price will definitely go up for next spring's event. So if you have tickets, consider just holding on to them for the next year. But we're more than willing to issue refunds back to you as well. So we'll just wait for you. And thanks so much for supporting the Menopause Movement and the Menopause Movement Live. We were really looking forward to having the event in Manchester, but we now have travel bans. But we've decided to postpone the event because of, I can't get there and it's not safe and all of those things. So we've got all that going on. And we were all looking forward to getting together and having a MENO-mate meetup, but not in the plans of according to Corona. Anyway, but because we've decided to postpone the event, we've opened up a few spots in the online version of the MENO system. And the women who go through the MENO system and do the work go from MENO misery, that's hot, sweaty, sleepless nights, irritable, low mood, feeling like an alien beamed down and took control of their bodies, piling on the weight and looking pregnant, and feeling like managing their menopause is a full-time job. If that sounds like you, then you are in MENO misery. And the women who go through the program go from MENO misery to MENO-mate. The MENO-mates are not bothered by their symptoms. They're happy and content with life, and they've even dropped weight and fit into their premenopause clothes, among other things. To find out if you are the next MENO-mate, send an email to info@menopausemovement.com, and we will get you scheduled to discuss the sign-up options. Also, to find out more, you can go to learn.menopausemovement.com/start. And that's another way to get information on getting a phone call with one of the MENO-mates. So I'm going to put that in the comments, learn.menopausemovement.com/start. We've been talking about fear, right? Over the past few weeks, I faced my fear. I got my hair cut, right? That was kind of fun. My hair's still short. That's not going away anytime soon. So And when I cut my hair, I shaved my head, I faced that fear. So I shaved my head on the 6th of March last week. And then on Monday last week, I also discussed the top 5 things I learned from shaving my head and facing that fear. And now it seems that the world is gripped in fear of Corona and COVID-19. And here in America, we're unable to travel to many countries. We're facing travel restrictions within our country and probably forced quarantines. I think that, I live in New York, and I think that pretty soon we're going to be seeing New York City is going to be closed. So, we went over the weekend, we went up to Massachusetts and brought my son Alex home so that he could be home if something happens to him. Sports activities have been canceled, such as the NBA and soccer, and many conferences I was planning on attending over the next 6 to 8 weeks have been canceled. Not all of them, but they probably will all be canceled. And the good news is I don't have to travel. And the bad news is I don't have to travel. I love traveling. I love walking those long distances between the gates. And I love essentially skipping the security line with Clear. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's a service that for a nominal fee, it takes you right to the front of the security line. It's faster than TSA PreCheck, although you have to probably have TSA PreCheck too to make Clear work. And it's only in the US for now, but wow, it sure makes getting through security at the commercial airports really great. I love sitting in the airport lounge waiting to take off, and I've done some of my best work there. I don't know why, but for some reason that atmosphere allows me to focus better than just about any other. And maybe it's just the sheer joy I experience in going somewhere that is both new and familiar. I was in Southern California last week, and when I go there, I have the privilege of spending time with my cousin Monica in Laguna Beach. And when I'm there every morning, I head upstairs to get coffee and look out over the ocean from her deck. It's one of the simple pleasures of living so close to the water. The smell of the ocean in the air, the warmth of the sunshine as the sun rises, and the orange and red of the sunsets from her deck just make the whole experience worth it. And it's such a great little town right by the ocean. It's a privilege to spend time there, and she's made it so easy for me to visit. And she's one of the most generous people I know. I really love my cousin Monica. And I was supposed to go there at the end of the month, but since my conferences were canceled, I'm staying home. But there's a silver lining. There's always a silver lining, y'all. Because we have technology, I am able to attend the conferences virtually. Now more than ever, we can have human connection from the comfort of our homes, even in this unprecedented time of quarantine. And so one of the things I want to encourage you is that if you have friends and family that are even nearby, but you can't leave your home, make sure that you use video chat options. There's the video chat option in WhatsApp. There's the video chat option in your phone as FaceTime. There's just so many ways to have connection. We don't have to be alone, and you don't have to just sit on the couch and use Netflix. So I want to challenge you to reconsider how you think of this. The fear that we see coming from social media or the news or even the government response is fear for the most part. I mean, in America, we were kind of underprepared. We got rid of whoever was in charge of global pandemics because I think that until this happens, we don't think it's going to happen. But now here we are. But how is this fear serving us? And what good has ever really come from fear? So another way of looking at this is to assume that we are exposed and take measures to prevent the spread of the virus. So if we change the way we think about it, the whole thing will change for us. So if we make the assumption that we are exposed, then we can just say, well, how can I stop the spread? So here are a few practical tips to help you stop the spread. Number 1 is wash your hands. And, you hear this over and over and over, but, and as a doctor, I mean, I wash my hands probably 50 times a day and maybe more depending, before and after every patient, before and after every time I go to the bathroom, that sort of thing. But now with this virus and so many people have it, you want to wash your hands every time you go to the bathroom, every time you blow your nose, every time you touch your face. And we don't think about touching our face. We rub our eyes when they itch. We rub our mouth. We touch our face. It's just habit. So it's really important to try to give yourself some sort of a mindful prompt so that you can remember to wash your hands. Be super vigilant about washing your hands and always use soap and water. Wash for a minimum of 20 to 30 seconds. You can sing happy birthday, but if you're tired of singing happy birthday, think about how great you are. But it's really important. If you can't get soap and water, then an alcohol-based, some sort of an alcohol-based hand cleaner is fine, but soap and water is best. Number 2 is to calm down. If we all have it, what can we do? Practice being present in the moment. Stay in the vibration of love, joy, and gratitude. Fear will lower our vibration. Number 3 is get tested. You want to get tested if you have a fever and a dry cough, if you have any sort of difficulty breathing. The CDC is recommending that those are the reasons why you would get tested, though, and that's what we have in America. I don't know about other countries, but if you are having any sort of difficulty breathing, you have a fever, you have a dry cough, then assume that you have it and take measures to protect the people that you love and get tested. Number 4 is to stay away from the doctor if you're not sick. So if you're not sick, there's no reason to go there. We don't want to overwhelm the healthcare system any more than it's going to be with all of the sick people. Remember, the biggest issue is going to be breathing support for those people who have respiratory failure. There's only so many ventilators, and there's only so many hospital beds, and so we have to be super vigilant about that. Number 5 is expect that the healthcare system will be overwhelmed, and if you are healthy, consider volunteering, especially if you think you've already had the virus, then you will be immune, and so you can get out there and help. That's not to say that you don't want to gown up and use a mask and gloves and all those things, but if you think that you've already had it, you can help. And I'm sure that the local hospitals will have a whole bunch of volunteer opportunities. And let's continue to build our community, the Menopause Movement community. Talk about the fear you may be experiencing in the Menopause Movement Facebook group, and we can talk through it together. And because we're not going to be holding the live event, we have more capacity for women in the online version of the Menno system because we don't have to take that bandwidth, and get the live event ready right now. So we'd love to welcome more women into our MENO-mate community. The thing is, it's not open to everyone. We have a carefully curated community of women, and we want to make sure that you are a fit. If you think you are the next MENO-mate, send an email to info@menopausemovement.com and we can discover if you can join our community. Or you can go to learn.menopausemovement.com/start and then get going that way. Now more than ever, community is important. Because of social distancing, online community is vital. The MENO-mates are a thriving community of women who are supporting each other through menopause and life, and we would love to have you join us. Send an email to info@menopausemovement.com right now to find out if you are the next MENO-mate, or go to learn.menopausemovement.com/start. And thank you for being a part of the menopause movement. I appreciate you so much. This has, we are living in unprecedented times, and this has been quite the challenge. And as we see more and more what's happening in the world, it's our job now to really be present, always be looking for the opportunity of gratitude, always be looking for the opportunity of love, always be looking for the opportunity of service. All right. Now, with that said, everyone, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you online. All right. And, let's hear all about what's going on for you in the Facebook group. All right, everyone. Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Menopause Movement podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Michelle Gordon, and I wanted to take a moment to share what one of our community members has achieved since she's been working with me. Amanda has had an amazing transformation. Amanda was struggling with joint pain, hot flashes, forgetfulness, sleeplessness, weight gain, and an angry mood. In addition, she lost her confidence and self-worth as menopause crept up on her. Since joining the Menopause Movement membership, Amanda's quality of life has improved in ways no one could have predicted. She has truly transcended the symptoms of menopause and is now living her best life. This is what I want for everyone in the community. Take a listen to Amanda's story. I just want to show you what's possible when you join the community and do the work. Transcendence is available for you too. Now here's Amanda.
Hi, my name is Amanda. I am 54 years old and I live in the UK. At this moment in time, I'm in a fairly good place in my life. Recently, I've lost 18 pounds and I feel healthier and more content than I have done in a long time. However, it hasn't always been this way. Back in October 2011, I had an accident which resulted in a serious injury and surgery and subsequently changed my life forever. And over the next few years during my recovery, menopause crept up on me, but I didn't realise what was happening straight away. I started suffering from more joint pain. I went from always being cold to feeling like I was going to internally combust several times a day. I was getting really forgetful, my sleep pattern was terrible, I piled the weight on and looked pregnant, and I felt angry all the time. When things were at their worst, I felt incredibly alone and very down. I lost my confidence and self-worth, and I felt completely misunderstood and confused about what was happening to me. I received very little support or information from my GP, and there was limited information on the internet, but what I really wanted and needed was someone to talk to. The turning point for me was at the beginning of July 2019, when completely by accident, I came across Dr. Michelle Gordon's Facebook page on the Menopause Movement. At that time, she was doing daily live streams, and I started listening to them. I related to a lot of what she was saying, and I was really interested in the variety of topics about menopause that she was talking about, the alternative ways to manage menopause symptoms in a more natural way, and how your mindset is the key factor to transforming your life more positively. I was also really interested to listen to the other ladies in the group and what they had to say. Ladies who had been or were still suffering from similar symptoms to me. How a lot of them have been able to manage their symptoms much better, and how they have turned their lives around and embraced menopause instead of treating it like a demon. Although nervous about taking a risk to join a group I didn't know, I knew that I couldn't and didn't want to carry on living my life the way I was and feeling the way I was feeling. So I made a decision that I too wanted to learn more about menopause, how to manage my symptoms better, and most importantly, learn more about my mindset and the fact that I needed help with changing my outlook on life in order for me to get it back. Life is nowhere near perfect, and some days I still have my struggles, but on the whole, I can honestly say that I am in a much better place than I have been for a long time. And for my down days, I understand better how to manage them so they don't get out of hand. I am now on a journey with a fantastic community of like-minded women, all of whom continue to support each other no matter where we all live, and I no longer feel confused, misunderstood, worthless or alone. For me, this group has been both a lifesaver and a life changer, and most importantly, the one-to-one private coaching sessions that are available with Dr. Gordon as part of the membership have been invaluable to me. They provide me with an opportunity to discuss more difficult and private issues that I am struggling with, and an opportunity to find solutions to address them. Without doubt, I can wholeheartedly say that I owe Dr. Gordon and her group everything for showing me how to take my life back and, more importantly, take control of it. Joining her membership has been the best thing that I have ever done. However, this course is not for everyone. If you're looking for a quick fix that doesn't cost you any time, money or effort, then this is not the group for you. But if you're in a similar situation to how I was not that long ago, feeling desperate and at the end of your tether, but are willing to invest in your own future happiness and peace of mind, but are unsure as to what to do, ask questions and talk to Dr. Gordon. And if you choose to take that leap of faith, you won't regret it, because who wouldn't want to take their life back if they had the chance?
If you are feeling like Amanda, you're not alone. There is help for you in the Menopause Movement membership. I want to help you transcend your symptoms and live your best life. To discover how you can become a part of this life-changing community, go to menopausemovement.com.